Hey modelers, Engineer Jeff here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a snow base for this guy, or anybody else you want to make a snow base for. Let's get started. So you want to do a snow base for your miniatures. Maybe you've got some Frostgrave or Blood Bowl, or and you want to give them a snow base theme, or maybe some Reaper Bones or something along that line. Or even, you've got some Space Wolves that maybe they're just hopped off the ship from Fenris, and the snow hasn't even had time to melt on them. But whatever you're doing, you want the theme of your army, your force, your band, even the single miniature to be, hey, this is for snow. This is a very snowbound planet or whatever. I've been using a certain product for several years now, and I did some research, as most people do. I exercise my Google foo. It's one of those things where I really don't feel there's a need to reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of ways for making snow bases. My good buddy Van Hammer, he told me that his snow bases that he does for his Space Wolves are just made out of drywall compound, or spackling, and then he'll hit them with a gloss coat just so it kind of makes them look a little more shiny. And that's I've heard people using baking powder or baking soda and glue and paint. My theory is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. The product that I use is this stuff. And now this is a Rubbermaid container that I use to dole out Woodland Scenic's snow. And I don't know the exact formula or what exactly it is, but I bought a container of it and I can't seem to find it. I've been moving things around in my basement trying to reorganize this so it's more streamlined for videos, and I seem to have misplaced the main container, but it's basically, I'm going to drag one out of my bin here. They're generally sold in, throwing stuff around. They're generally sold in containers about this size. Now, I don't know how big that's supposed to be, but I don't know. Let's see. 32 ounce volume shaker is what I picked up for. This is coarse turf. But anyway, your model railroad people have been doing snow scenery for decades, and so a lot of the techniques that I've borrowed or that I use for my miniatures, I've actually borrowed from the model railroad side. There's some good channels out there on YouTube that have got a lot. I mean, you could glean a lot of information from them. And as a matter of fact, some of the stuff that people are like chipping and things like that, that's basically the model railroad people have been doing it for a long time. So that's what I do, is I use Woodland Scenic's snow. And I think a container like this, back 9 years ago when I bought it, and I based an entire 4 squads of Grey Hunters, Space Wolves, 4 squads of Grey Hunters. I had 2 or 3 Devastator squads. I even did some like snow buildup on the Predators, Razorbacks and the Rhinos that I had. A couple Dreads. I don't know. It was something I built a long time ago. The model I showed you here earlier, this was one of those. I couldn't sell them, but the snow is still white, and I know that some of your the folks that use the like baking powder and glue and paint say that sometimes the baking powder or the baking soda will yellow over time, and well, this doesn't. So I'll show you how I mix it up. I'll show you what I do for the bases, as far as where to put it down, how to do it, and what we'll do is we'll do a snow base for that guy, and then in the next video or two from now we'll do a tutorial on how to paint him. So let's get started. Alright, so to get started you're going to get yourself some Elmer's glue and everything. Again, everything that I use I'm going to try to put in the description field down below so that you guys can, if you need to pick it up, you can grab it from our friends at Amazon. This is the container filled with the snow product, and what I like to do is grab, I don't know if that's alright, this is my top to the dullcoat. Anything plastic will do. It's actually got some glue on top of it because I was just building up a bunch of these guys. They're Gene Stealer Colts. So anyway, put some glue on there. I got some on it now, but I'm going to put a little more on. And then what I start doing is I'll just start grabbing a pinch, kind of mixing it in. You can do it over your bucket or whatever it is you've got, where you're not, getting this stuff all over the workbench. You start mixing it in, so you get it. That's actually not too bad right there. The fluffier you want your snow, the more of the snow mixture you add. So, I mean, if this stuff were put on, it would dry and it would kind of look like iced over snow, or something that's been, snow that's been packed for a long time. So I want a little bit of a fluffier mixture, so I'm going to just put another pinch on there. And this is just one of those things you got to play with. You just a little back and forth motion with, and if you get a little bit too much, maybe you mix some more glue in. If you get, if it's clumping up too much. One of the things I notice if I do it like this, I don't waste it. I'm not making this up into gigantic batches and then, crap, I've got all this extra snow made. And this tool that I'm using here is actually an old dental tool. I think you can get those on Amazon too. So I'll dig that link up, put it down below. So you mix it up until it's kind of, lumpy consistency. Like so. Takes a few minutes and you're done. Set that aside. If you're like me, put the lid on it, because my klutzy self will knock that over and then I'll be in for a bad day. So we know that if you watch my last video when I made this custom base, I'll set that aside, I put some holes here where I'm going to put this troll, so like so. And basically there's pins in his feet to keep him in place once I put the glue and everything down on the bottom of his feet. It just kind of helps anchor the model a little better. So we know that snow, especially if it's, like the sun's out, it doesn't always gather, it won't stay because the rock heats up. It won't stay on the rock. So I'm going to leave that pretty much as is, and I might put a little bit right at the front of his feet, because if you watched the last video, I think I mentioned I cut his toe off. Cutting the other base off of it. So what I'll do is, and you can do this with, any tool that you've got small enough to dab this stuff on. I'm just going to put it on. Yeah, it's almost too thick. We're going to make it work. And what you do is you just kind of press it in.
until that stickiness kind of takes effect. Put it right up against his toes so that when I glue him down, it'll be like his toes are in the snow. And I'm just going to put it in a couple spots. I mean, if you want to, you can go nuts and cover this whole dang base, but it kind of defeats the purpose of having, you know, the pretty that you did before, and all the work you did before to make it a nice base, a custom base. And I think I'm going to have to put a little more glue because the stuff doesn't want to stick down. So, like I said, back and forth. A little bit more, just a drop of glue on there, and I'll kind of mix that stuff in. Everything's stuff. That'll help it to stick better. You can also buy Woodland Scenic snow in bags, and I think it's, you know, it's a couple bucks as opposed to the $9, $10, whatever you're paying for them now. Put more up in there. So what I'm going for, since I've got all this green on this base, if you can see, this is, if you watched the previous video, I used some like spring colored flock, and I'm going for the spring look here. This is a troll, cave troll that just climbed out of his cave, and for whatever reason, I don't know, do cave trolls hibernate? He's out and about and looking for some meat. I don't know, whatever trolls eat. I guess trolls can eat anything they want. Maybe I will put a little on top there. I don't like how that looks. Again, you're not covering the whole miniature, at least I'm not anyway. If you want to, go nuts. Cover the heck out of that thing. It's your model. Make it what you want it to be. I don't want to obliterate all the fun that I did from the previous, you know, making this custom base. So I'm just putting a little bit of snow here and there. And if you want to, you know, play around with you know, the different snow recipes that are out there, if you want to use drywall spackling like my friend Van does, you can have at it, man. Have fun with that. This is what I've used for years, and I mean, I bought that container, like I said, 9, 10 years ago, and I'm still using it to this day. And it'll take however long it takes for the glue to dry, to harden up. But when it does, it's going to look beautiful. And you're going to love it. I've seen people using brushes as well. I've always used this tool, and I haven't tried a brush actually. Maybe I'll do it. Make another video saying, hey, get yourself a brush. Come on. Probably make it a little stickier, but you know what? We're gonna make do. When snow melts, you see all kinds of, I mean, it doesn't melt all in the same spot. You always have little patches here and there, and we're going for the springtime look, so yeah, I'm gonna kind of just stick with that. You got a little bit left over here. Yourself a paper towel and wipe it off. I use everything, and it's ready for the next time. what I've done in the past, if I was doing a big army, I've actually used the top of my this little container. This is, I think Rubbermaid makes these. I don't know. It's stuff that you put leftover food and stuff in. They make them in smaller containers. And I think I had this in a smaller container at one point. But when it's all said and done, there's your snow base. Again, it'll take a couple hours for that to dry, and when it's dried, it'll look like that. Now, if you want to make your snow fluffier, what you can do is you could spritz this, or put like get your glue and water it down a little bit, and then just like use a brush to paint over it, like I did when I was putting the flock down in the previous video. And then you can take, you know, a pinch and you could sprinkle it over top, and it'll make it look more fluffy. If you like fluffy snow, I found, you know, this looks fine for me for what I'm going for. But yeah, that's it. Ta-da! Snow base. So that's how to make a snow base. Use the product that it's made for. If you like this video and you guys want to see more basing videos, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment in the comments field down below what you want to see. I know we're going to do the tutorial for the cave troll here, this video or maybe the next one, and then I'm going to do some kind of contest, since this would probably be my 100th video, and I've been talking about doing some giveaways and you know, just subscriber appreciation. The fact that almost 5,000 of you have been following my journey here and watching my videos for the last 3 years has been, it's kind of cool, you know. I really like doing this stuff. This is a hobby about my hobby, and you know, I'm just a guy that likes to paint, and I want to share that information with you guys. So if you're enjoying this, by all means subscribe, and you know, share it out with your friends, and we'll keep moving down this road together. I am going to do some Pathfinder Ponds videos. I'm probably going to use them to mix in so that I can get on a semi-regular schedule. Try to do 2 videos a week. And I know for those of you who've been a subscriber for a while, that's really optimistic for me, because I am slower than a 7-year itch. I just got a lot of stuff going on. You know, I'm a dad, I'm husband, I got stuff to do, and chores and work and all that. But I really like doing this channel, and I like helping people out, and hopefully that's what I'm doing. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.